Trump's election as U.S. president today was a spectacular event that naturally raised concerns among prime ministers. This is an interesting occasion following Labour's anti-Trump agenda and, of course, Lammy's vile remarks a few years ago. In today's video, we will watch and react while also reviewing all of the most recent news from across the nation, but first, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our rapidly expanding community. Just a quick note to let you know that we have brand new Stuck Farmer t-shirts in stock. Go get them right away at British.com or by clicking the link in the description. Alright, without further ado, let's watch. Yes, Mr. Speaker, I would like to thank the Prime Minister for his almost kind welcome and to echo his remarks that leading the Conservative Party is an immense honor and privilege, and I look forward to joining him at the Senate on this Remembrance Day. Sunday. As leader of His Majesty's opposition, I will be taking a different approach to the last opposition by being a constructive opposition, and so I would like to start by congratulating President-elect Trump on his impressive victory this morning. The Prime Minister and the Foreign Secretary met him in September. Did the Foreign Secretary take that opportunity to apologize for making derogatory and scatological references, including, and I quote, "Trump is not only a woman-hating neo-Nazi, sympathizing sociopath, he is also a profound threat to the international order," and if he did not apologize, will the Prime Minister do so now on his behalf? Mr. Speaker, there will be many issues on which the leader of the opposition and I disagree, but there will be issues that do unite this House on national security and Ukraine, and I do look forward to working closely with on that, and I will provide her with the information that she needs to discharge her duties. That's the right thing for the country, and it's far more important in party politics. The Foreign Secretary and I did meet President-elect Trump just a few weeks ago for dinner for about a couple of hours, and we discussed a number of issues of global significance. It was a very constructive exercise. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister did not distance himself from the remarks made by the Foreign Secretary, and I'm very sure that President Trump will soon be calling to thank him for sending all of those North London Labour activists to campaign for his opponent. Given that most of his cabinet signed a motion to ban President Trump from addressing Parliament, will the Prime Minister show that he and his government can be more than student politicians by asking the Speaker to extend? Can they show that they can be more than student politics? Order. Mr. Perkins, I don't need to say it anymore. Your voice and courage are like mine too. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will the Prime Minister demonstrate that he and his government are more than student politicians by asking President Trump to address Parliament during his next visit? The leader of the opposition is giving a master class in student politics, but seriously, Mr. Speaker, we live in a world that is likely more volatile than it has been for decades, and it is vital that we have a strong relationship, that strong special relationship forged in difficult circumstances between the US and the UK. We will continue to work on issues of security, our economy, and international conflict. Yes, Mr. Speaker, he simply reads the lines that the officials have prepared for him. It doesn't sound like he wants to invite President-elect Trump to Parliament. Instead, he needs to attend to the special relationship. Given the possibility of higher tariffs on UK exports endangering our manufacturing sector, the US is our top trading partner. Will the Prime Minister now pledge to carry on the free trade agreement negotiations that the Biden administration began when they took office? Naturally, Mr. Speaker, as we have already done, we will talk about economic matters with the President-elect. Ian, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. In other news, Nigel Farage has said he is absolutely delighted that Donald Trump has won the US presidential election, describing it as the most incredible political comeback. Asked how he was feeling, he told Old GB News, "Oh, delighted, absolutely delighted. This is what I thought would happen, but it's happened on a really big scale. The swings towards Trump are truly remarkable, so I'm thrilled by that. On a human level for him, this is the most incredible political comeback we've seen in modern times. No one since Churchill has gone from the top to the bottom and come back again in quite this way. That's remarkable, and just the number of Americans just saying, hey, you know what, we've had enough of the direction our government's going in. We want somebody who gives strong leadership. Whether you like him or not, he is a remarkable human being. It's a great achievement, and I'm very proud to call him a friend of mine. To be fair," he said, loudly and clearly Trump will win, so there were one or two of US who did see where it was going to go. I just think that the silent majority in America, and by the way we have the same silent majority in our country, they've just had enough of big governments who tax too much, who make people's lives difficult, who over-regulate in crime, gang crime in particular, huge problems, and what they want is somebody to provide a solution on Joe Biden's legacy. He said the withdrawal from Afghanistan, which led to the Taliban taking back over after 20 years of much treasure and much blood that was shed by us and the Americans and one or two others, was clearly part of the failure. We blame Joe Biden for changing America's energy policy and beginning to significantly reduce the quantity of their own gas and oil they were generating in the race for renewables, which has brought the globe closer to a conflagration than it has ever been in our lifetimes. Biden is largely to blame, but the center-left big government ideology is also to fault, in my opinion, as it overspends, overtaxes, and generally makes things go wrong. Speaking from Mar-a-Lago, he added, "Do you know, over the last 48 hours I've seen him a couple of times. He has been calm in the most extraordinary way. He over the last few weeks has shown humor in public that we've not seen before. I've seen it in private, we've seen it in public. He is now an unencumbered president who genuinely wants to make change for the good. And I think the really interesting thing that we'll see is he will attack the bureaucratic administrative state that has got bigger and bigger in Washington, inside the Beltway, and I think Elon Musk will come in, and just as with Twitter he sacked vast numbers of people and yet still kept the business going, we're going to see that happening right throughout the public sector in America, and I very much hope that proves to be a blueprint for what we need to do in our country." What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video. For more British political content, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and goodbye.